Hey, what is up guys? It is Smike here, and today I'm going to be showing you the top 10 facts about the marionette in Five Nights at Freddy's. This idea was suggested by YouTube user The Cool Man. So up number 10 is if you look into the marionette's eye when he attacks you, you will see that there is something peeking out from inside his right socket. It looks like some kind of a human eye almost. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Some people say this might be the ghost of the dead kid who possessed the marionette, but also some people speculated that this could actually be the reflection of the player, so Jeremy. Personally, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's definitely intriguing. And F number 9 is if you forget to wind up the music box and the marionette happens to escape, there is a short window of time where if you look in the hallway cameras, you will see hallucinations of the marionette's face flashing in front of your eyes for like a millisecond. And yeah, that is very creepy indeed, and if you do happen to see it, that means you're pretty much screwed. Unless of course the clock hits 6 AM by the time the marionette gets to you. You know, now that I think about it, these hallucinations kind of remind me of the It's Me hallucinations in the first game. I don't know if the puppet had anything to do with that. But anyway, enough number 8 is that the puppet appears to be somewhat sentient, which means that he has sort of a consciousness. The reason we know this is because the phone guy, when he talks about the puppet to you, he says that the puppet seems to be always thinking. And this sort of reinforces the belief that a lot of people have, which is that the puppet is actually possessed with the soul of a dead child. And this is what makes the puppet the most mysterious animatronic in the whole Five Nights at Freddy's game series. He represents sort of the paranormal element of the series. And for fact number 7 is that the puppet is actually a mix of multiple toys. These toys are, first of all, the sock monkey, because the puppet has a appearance very similar to the sock monkey. You know, it's very lean, it's also very tall, you know, and has very long arms and legs. The second toy it represents is the Jack-in-a-Box, of course, because the winding up of the music box in game is very similar to the Jack-in-a-Box mechanism. The third toy is, of course, the marionette, because it is operated by strings, and of course, pretty much all fans call him the marionette or the puppet. And finally, the last thing is the drama masks. You know those masks used in theater to represent the relationship between comedy and tragedy? Yeah, those. And for fact number 6 is, do you know that crying child in the hallway poster in the first game? Well, that crying child probably represents the marionette. The reason why is because in the second game, in the Give Cake to the Children minigame, you can see a child get murdered, and his tear tracks strangely match the ones on the child poster, and also of course the ones on the marionette. And also, whose jump scare do you see at the end of the minigame? The marionettes. And for fact number 5 is that the marionette doesn't actually have any official name. I mean, yes, of course, people call him the marionette or the puppet, but officially in the game, his name is never actually revealed, if he even has one. The only reference we have to the marionette in the game is when the phone guy calls it that puppet thing. But otherwise nothing. Even if you go in the custom night menu, you can't change the marionette's AI, so it doesn't say its name there either. So yeah, that makes the marionette even more mysterious. And number 4 is that the puppet's sort of happy face is actually an optical illusion. Most of the time in the game, when you're looking at the marionette, you're looking at it either at equal eye height or you're looking at it from slightly below. But actually the way the mask is designed is if you look at it from slightly up, it seems to be angry. And that is because it is an optical illusion projected by the curvature of its eyelids. Notice that here you can see the bottom eyelids, and therefore it makes the puppet look more angry from this perspective. And number 3 is that on very rare occasions, when the puppet actually escapes the music box, sometimes you might see an endoskeleton come out of it. I mean, you don't physically see the endoskeleton crawl out of it, but he just kind of seems to appear next to the music box, and sometimes you will even see him crawling through the vents. And this kind of leads people to believe that the marionette forcefully keeps his endoskeleton in the box. Why he does that is unclear, but maybe in the third game Scott could shed more light on this. And for fact number 2 is that the marionette is actually present in the first game. There are multiple pieces of evidence to support this. The first one is, of course, like I said before, the crying child poster in the first game. The second piece of evidence is that in the first game, on one of the drawings on the walls, you can see Bonnie come out of what appears to be the same gift box as the one that the marionette lives in. And finally, the third and most compelling piece of evidence for this is that in the second game, you know those visions that you have between each level? Well, these visions have the same models of Chica and Bonnie as in the first game, and also they are located in what appears to be the same party room as the first game, and so it is safe to assume that those visions represent the first game. And so keeping that in mind, if you look at the very last vision that you get to see the marionette all up in your face. And now for fact number 1 is that the marionette is pretty much behind everything. I made a video about this before called Why the Marionette is Behind Everything, so if you're interested, check that out. But in short, what happened is pretty much the kid who got killed during the give cake minigame went on to possess the marionette, who then went on to transfer the souls of the dead children into the 5 animatronics by stuffing them into the various suits, which of course we can see happen during the Give Life minigame. And then pretty much all the animatronics went on a rampage, who then caused the bite of 87, and of course tried to kill the security guards and blah blah blah. So yeah, in other words, the marionette has a little army of killer robots at its disposal. So yeah, thanks for watching.